This is an exercise called Mad Libs, and just like those old Mad Libs, you remember filling in the blanks, I'm going to tell a story, but I'm going to leave in some blanks. And Fred is going to fill them in for me on the fly, and I'm going to have to continue telling my story, but immediately incorporating what he says.
Okay, so I'll step off camera.
Okay. So to begin our story, once upon a time there was a tailor named Chuck. And Chuck had a beautiful shop, but there was one problem.
It was covered with lice.
It was covered with lice, and all the lice were getting into his clothes and his hats, and people were complaining. So he said, I have an idea of how to take care of this. I am going to
hire a large rat that comes free.
Hire a large rat that comes free, which was ironic because he was hiring him. But he found this rat, and the rat came in, and then the rat looked at him and said,
wow, you look really familiar.
You look really familiar. At which point Chuck said, oh my God, I killed this rat's entire family when I first opened this place. And the rat realized this too, so the rat pulled out a
big thing that looks similar to a candle.
Big thing that looked similar to a candle, but it wasn't a candle, it was a sword. And he started attacking Chuck, and Chuck only had one solution, and that was to
immediately jump on the table and pull up his pants.
Immediately jump on the table and pull up his pants, and when the rat saw how pasty white Chuck's legs were, he died of fright, and so on. So that story could go on, but so you see, that's the basic mechanic of that game. So in this one, you tell a story, and the critical thing here is for you to, if you're telling a story, to pause when the most important information is about to be given. So pulled out a, let him fill out. Chuck decided he would. That forces you to get off whatever path you had onto something completely new.
And both individuals involved in the scene have to be, again, completely open, because you don't really know. You cannot, unless it's your own story, and you're the only person massaging where it's going to go. I have to be completely open to what he says, and he has to be open to what I insert in those blanks.
Right, and Fred, as a person calling things out, was throwing things in that were not what I had thought they would be, but within the context of the story they were. Sometimes when doing this in front of an audience, people throw out things even more random, which is okay. That just pushes your creativity a little more to make it all fit. But this is an excellent exercise in terms of being creative, getting off the path and moving in new directions, but kind of keeping things moving in a direction.